Hi YouTube, hi Order of the Purple Cord. Hi everybody out there, this is Lady Angela with the Order of the Purple Cord and RareWiccaSpells. It's been a while since I've made a video for you all, but I'm here today. And I got my new temple all set up here. I don't know if you can see it. Got some stuff going on here. So I'm here and I wanted to do a video for you all on pendulum magic and also how to divine using the witch's runes. So let me reposition my camera here real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm getting ready to do some pendulum magic. And so what I start with is I like to use a purple altar cloth because the color purple is a high vibrational color, and it raises the vibration of the room here and also of this surface that we're going to be using. Some other things we like to use, or that I use, is of course I have my divination book of shadows here close by. Ain't that cool? I covered that in some nice fabric. The divination book of shadows, and we're going to be showing you some stuff in there too. So I wonder how I could prop that up where you could see. And we'll go there. Okay. So some other things that I do. I guess we get this out of the way. Now, you might be asking, what are some other things I could do to strengthen my connection, the channel to the higher powers, to draw in the angelic influences, the spirit influences, so that you could have some successful readings with your pendulum or with your witch's runes. One thing I suggest is light a candle. This is a angel influence candle. It's a crystal journey candle. You can get these at RareWiccaSpells.com. I'm going to light it. It smells wonderful, let me tell you. These crystal journey candles, these Reiki charged candles, are the best smelling ever that I've ever smelled. And this one is called Angelic Influences. So I'm going to put it over here to the side, just out of the way, because I don't want to knock it over, cause a fire in here while we're doing our magic. So I'm going to light that. Some other things that I like to do, and you don't have to do this, but you could if you wanted to, is when I'm going to do some divination, I like to have some stones or crystals around that will strengthen the connection. I'm wearing today some Labradorite. I'm wearing my Labradorite ring, Labradorite bracelet, because Labradorite will, it connects with the spirit world. It strengthens that connection. It opens up the third eye naturally. So wearing my Labradorite. Also, this is a selenite crystal. Isn't that neat? I just love that. Which also does the same thing as Labradorite, except even stronger. It will strengthen that connection, raise the vibrations in this room. And so I like to have it there when I'm going to do some divination. So I got it up here too. You can buy all sorts of crystals on RareWiccaSpells.com. I wanted to show you, I also have a Labradorite stone here that I'm going to put nearby where I'm going to be doing my divination. Over here. Something else you could do. Now, you don't have to have these stones. You don't have to have special jewelry. I recommend at the very least you light a candle. Okay. Here's something else. You know, if you wanted to, you could do. I have some quartz points here. I'm going to stand these up over here. Let's see. Well, you can't see it, so I'm going to go ahead and just put them over here. All these things are just to strengthen my connection. So, if I wasn't doing a video, I would have these set up here so that, but I want to position this camera so you all could see. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and reposition the camera so we could do some divination. You can see the table I have here. Well, what kind of pendulums are out there? You know, what can I get? I come across a book that I had called Pendulum Magic. It's written by Pendulum Magic for Beginners, written by Richard Webster. You can also get this book on RareWiccaSpells.com. I wanted to show you these different pendulums on the front. These are some of the different kinds of pendulums that are out there. I have loads of them on RareWiccaSpells.com. Very affordable. Some are simple, like these little brass ones. Some are more pretty, like the stone ones. I really enjoyed this book. This book gave me a lot of really neat ideas for pendulum magic, and I wanted to share some with you. Now, some examples of pendulums. This is my favorite pendulum. Oops. I wear it on a chain around my neck. This is opal. It's an opal point. Let's see. Get it here where you can see. This is an opal point pendulum. I recommend that you wear your pendulum around your neck, on your body, because it will connect with your body heat. It'll connect with you. And that's what you want with your pendulum. It'll make it more effective, gets it more personal. This one I wear on a silver chain every day. I have some other pendulums. This is another example. This is some blue goldstone or blue sandstone. You see how it's so pretty and it glitters? Looks like the universe, like all the stars in the universe. And I have hooked this one to Isis here, Mother Goddess Isis, which is kind of neat because when you're doing your pendulum, you know, and you hold it between your fingers here, it really makes it nice. This is another one I have. Now, you don't have to have a pendulum. You could use a necklace of any kind. This is a necklace I actually made. It's on a purple cord. Just so long as it's something that can hang and swing to indicate different meanings. So this is another example of something you could use as a pendulum. Now you might be wondering, how do pendulums work? You know, what's it all about? Now, just like in this book here that I was showing you, it talks about how pendulums connect to your subconscious, to your unconscious mind, and can reveal things that helps you tap into the unconscious, to your spirit self, your higher power. Also, what I believe is it helps you to connect to the spirit world. I have a spirit familiar that I call Jay, and I actually use this pendulum. It's very personal to me because I communicate with him using it. I asked Jay if it's okay if I have him in a video. He did not mind. And so he'll be speaking to us, and I asked if it's okay if I call him Pendulum, so that's what we're going to do. You don't have to have a spirit familiar to do this. You could connect with yourself. Let me show you how to do. Let me put these here up. Now, one of the first things you want to do, because every pendulum is different for everybody, what you'll want to do is, let me hold my hand real still here so you can see. You want to find out, you hold it real still. You want to find out how your pendulum's going to move for yes. Pendulum, show me yes. Do you see that my pendulum's going in a circle clockwise? Thank you, pendulum. Pendulum, show me no. Do you see that my pendulum's going back and forth from left to right? That means no. So I could ask it questions like, let's see here. Pendulum, is my name Angela? There it goes. It's going in a yes. Thank you, pendulum. So that's one way. Let me get you some other ways that you could do this. Here in my divination book of shadows here, I've got here for you all, I printed out some charts that you could actually get these. You can Google them and print them out. Get this over here to the side. For example, here's one. It's just a basic circle with, you know, sectioned into 4. And let's say, for instance, how I just did show me yes is show me no. If you don't have good results with that, you could, let me pull this here so you can see it, do something like this with this circle. I have it sectioned. One spot means yes, one means no, one means I don't know or maybe, and then another spot for I cannot answer, or that it's unsafe to answer. Sometimes you'll get those kind of readings. So this would be one way, and you could use your chart. Let's see. Hold my arm real still. Hold it real still. No. Pendulum, will you show me yes? If you notice, it's swinging very slightly from the middle to yes. Thank you, Pendulum. Another type of chart that you could get, and you could Google this and pull it up too, is like this. These are very common. Now they have some that are, excuse my fingers, I was printing up a book of shadows for one of our purple cord ladies here. So I got a little bit of ink on my hands. It happens all the time to me, let me tell you. Here is another one. It's blank. I suggest these blank ones because you can fill them in with whatever you want. Now you might be saying, what if I don't want a yes or no answer? What if I want something else? In this book, Pendulum for Beginners, something the author did I thought was really cool is there's a section in here. He gives an example of a common way that pendulums are used, where they used to take envelopes and they would number them 1 through 9 and lay them out, and then use the pendulum to pick out which envelope. And then depending on what number it is in the book, it has a meaning for it. And so what I did to show you as an example is I took that same chart, printed it out, I numbered it 1 to 9, and 0 for, you always want to give it a choice for if it won't answer or it's unsafe to answer. So here we go. So let's do this here. I hope you all could see this here. Let's see. Trying to make sure you can see it. So I'm taking at Southern New Hampshire University, I'm taking a course on statistical mathematics, which I don't really know how I feel about it yet. So I'm going to ask the pendulum to give, I've got to hold your elbow as still as you can, okay? Pendulum, what do you have to say about this statistical mathematics class? Can you give me any advice? How amazing is that? It is very clearly going to the number 4. So in this book, it tells me that, whoops, let's see, that section is on. Another thing it has in this book I think is super cool is how to divine using dominoes. I think that's pretty cool. The number 4. This is a sign for slow, steady progress. You may feel hemmed in and limited, but the hard work you do now pays off. Now that's wonderful advice for that statistical mathematics class. I wanted to show you guys another way that I use the pendulum sometimes. I use it in conjunction when I do my tarot cards. And I have this really pretty, beautiful deck. It's by Doreen Virtue and Brian L. Weiss. It's a past life tarot deck. I also use the Witch's Tarot, and usually what I'll do is I'll draw one card out of here, and then I'll do my tarot spread. But sometimes I'm a little unsure, and the pendulum helps me to make sense of certain things I'm unsure about. So look, aren't these pretty with beautiful gold gilded? Let me show you an example of how I do that, okay? I'm going to do a past life card for myself. Shuffle it 3 times, and then I like to cut them with my right hand towards my left. So let's see, 1, draw them up. Okay, so now y'all get to know a little secret about me, whatever this here card is, one of my past lives. Egypt. Here we go, in Egypt. So in Egypt, I'll read you a little bit out of the book of what Egypt means, and I'll show you how I use that. This card signals a significant past life in Egypt, which relates to your present situation in question. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried in a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal the issue. Like gardening, you can eliminate vestiges of the past by pulling them out by their roots. If you're drawn to Egyptian culture or travel, you most likely had a positive experience in your lifetime there. You may wish to explore the belief system of Egypt to tap into ancient memories. Much of Egyptian spirituality involves astronomy and astrology, so stargazing can help you trigger insights and recollections. On the other hand, if the thought of traveling to Egypt is frightening to you, or you have negative feelings about its culture or spirituality, you may have deep-seated fears associated with your lifetime there. This is fairly common, and many traumas occurred in this land in ancient times. Working with a qualified past life therapist or regression audio can help you release and hold and heal old toxic energies. So this is a perfect example of when I would use my pendulum to make sense of this card. I want to know whether or not my life in Egypt, past life in Egypt, was positive or negative. Pendulum, show me yes. Let me get my arm steadied here. Get my pendulum steady. Pendulum, was my past life in Egypt positive? It's very clearly going in a circle, yes. So it was a pleasant past life. This helps me to make sense of it, see? Also, I've done tarot spreads before where I was a little unclear, just like I did here. And I've done my pendulum, and it totally changed my whole outlook of that reading. So the pendulum can be used in conjunction with that. So I'm going to reposition my computer here. Put my pendulum back on and show you guys about these witches runes. So these are the witches runes. I made these with my own hand on some opalite stones. There's 13 symbols in the witches rune set. The website at RareWiccaSpells, I have some wooden ones that have the symbols carved into them. It's pretty cool. Of course, wooden runes are wonderfully strong. Also, I have, I'll show you here in my book here, at RareWiccaSpells.com. Here's my divination book. See here? Divination. I have some blank pages. When I do readings for myself, I actually write them down. So I keep them here, kind of like a journal section of different readings I've done for myself. I also have a section here on like facts. Here's a page you can get on my website. Methods of divination. You can get this here, the runes, the regular Elder Futhark runes. Oh, yes, I forgot to show you guys about this here. Chakras. You can use the pendulum to determine if there's a certain chakra that maybe you need to be working on. You can hold your pendulum over it, over these charts, and ask the pendulum to point out which chakra you need to be working on to heal. Now this is something totally new that I just made for you all, and it is available on RareWiccaSpells.com. It's a 2-page set. This pentacle is what I use to do the spread for my witches runes. I'm going to show you about that. And then this page is the meanings of it. Also, while I got my book up here, on RareWiccaSpells.com you can get this 3-page set of, oops, let me get over here to the witches runes. The meanings of the witches rune symbols. See here? This here, and then this here. And we have the witch's rune that you chant before you do it. So, let me get my pentacle here. Oops. Okay. I'm going to turn to my section in my Book of Shadows here. There's my pentacle. My witch's runes. So I'm going to hold these in my hand while I say the witch's rune. Get this here where you can see. Here we go. Let me get this over here too. Darksome night and shining moon, hearken to the witch's rune. East and south, west and north, here come I to call thee forth. Earth and water, air and fire, work ye unto my desire. Wand and pentacle and sword, hearken ye unto my word. Cords and censer, scourge and knife, waken all ye into life. Power of the witch's blade, come ye as the charge is made. Queen of heaven, queen of hell, lend your aid unto the spell. Horned hunter of the night, work my will by magic right. By all the power of land and sea, as I do will, so mote it be. By all the might of moon and sun, chant the spell and be it done. So you take your 13 runes, your witch's runes, and you're going to drop them on the pentacle. Now some of them are going to land in certain spots. Some are upside down and some are right side up. The ones that matter are the right side up ones. So here I have the harvest one at the top. These are not, they're upside down. Here I have the eye right here. That one's upside down. Crossroads looks like it's right here in the middle here. These are upside down, and this one most definitely is here. So, how do you determine what they mean? This paper here that goes along with the spread tells me at the top is a symbol for spirit. So at the top, at the very top center point is a position of spirit. This is the whole self, who you have become as a result of the journey you have experienced throughout all of your years, and what you are leading up to if you continue on your path as you have been. I have the rune for harvest. Isn't that beautiful? It has wheat on it. So I'm going to look here to my meanings to tell you what harvest means. Turning up the harvest rune in a reading predicts rewards and benefits of the most excellent kind. Cool, I could use some of those. Like the grain depicted, the appearance of this stone brings into your life what is absolutely essential to your well-being, growth, and happiness. At this time, you will be able to overcome the limitations that have previously restricted you. Now you can turn weaknesses into strengths, drawing the rewards, gifts, and accolades into the niche that you have carved out for yourself. Drawing this stone is very fortunate, but has a multitude of meanings. That is a good stone in that spot. That is cool. The next one is this Sith rune. See it here? And it turned up here in the top left corner, which this says that is the upper left is for water. So located in the upper left is the point for the element of water. Water is typically associated with the powers of the goddess. This is the element of wisdom and intuition, and ultimately this is where you will find what your intuition is telling you. What can be learned from this situation? How can you adapt your current circumstances to meet the future needs and goals? The symbol I got there was the Sith. The Sith rune has powerful implications. It can suggest events that shift your focus dramatically, forcing you to change or transform your strategy or plans. Often the Sith rune indicates that the question you're now passing is no longer appropriate, that things have changed too much to get the answer or outcome you're presently seeking. So, let's see. This position for wisdom and intuition, what my intuition is telling me is that the way I feel about things has changed. I need to transform my strategy and plans. So in other words, I need to upgrade the way I'm thinking and doing. And so then I can reap that harvest up here. So down in the lower left, I have the rune for Crossroads. So I look on my paper here. The lower left is fire, the power of will. Located in the lower left is the point for element air. This element embodies strong will and energy. Fire can both create and destroy. Are you aiding or hindering your progress and success? What sort of internal conflicts are at play here? Will reveal self-doubts and misapprehensions. So here we have the Crossroads rune, which is, I'm just going to kind of summarize this here. Crossroads are thought to hold special powers related to the mysterious forces of the night. Sacred to Hecate, also known as Queen of Witches, Torch-bearing Maiden, Keeper of the Keys, and she who guards the crossroads. It's not at all a bad rune, especially true for those who embrace change or strive for solid achievement, for those willing to embark on a new direction. So that is wonderful. My will is towards change. In the lower right corner, I have the eye of Horus. The lower right is air, the winds of influence. Well, that's great to have Horus influencing me. That makes me happy there. Located at the lower right is the point for element air. Air is related to inspiration and communication. Runes that are in this position tell you what other people are saying. What are the external forces influencing you with their message? So, on my description page here, the eye represents perspective, to have something brought into focus in such a way that you'll never view things in quite the same way again. It also implies high magic, incredible psychic powers. It's starting to get thirsty. I should have brought a drink over here. The ability to summon up what is yours or what should be yours, and the ability to change things by way of your own connections through some divine source or intervention. The rune means watch, to hold sway over, to be left spellbound, to probe deeply and discover that which has been hidden from view. Drawing the eye rune can sometimes mean that you'll be shocked into some type of awareness, and yet the fates are on my side. The power is yours. Expect the unexpected. Isn't that amazing? So that's how you do the witches runes. That's going to be it for today's video, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and put my stuff up here. I thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed our video on pendulum magic and on how to do the witches runes. Blessed be.